first came to know NSSA when my son Henry, who's now almost 7, was diagnosed. We're just trying to weed through all the information that we had been given, and my father knew people at NSSA and recommended that I give them a call. And immediately, my life was changed forever. One of the things that was really helpful to us was NSSA's parent training workshops. We had gone to so many workshops by then, but this was totally different. The two teachers who mostly taught it were total pros, but they never really made you feel like it was a clinical kind of setting. It taught us a lot about our son's autism, and then it taught us about the science of ABA. So we really gained that knowledge, and we took ownership of the process through which Henry learned. I think it was just like an integral step in our development in terms of Henry's treatment, hands down.
As Executive Vice President of Programs and Services at Autism Speaks, part of our job is to be able to connect families with experts throughout the country, many families who wouldn't have access to the experts otherwise. And so it's so important to us that we're able to reach out to NSSA to provide us with expert advice and really be able to provide families throughout the country and really throughout the world with information and supports to better help their children. We hear from families that they really aren't sure of how to handle challenging and aggressive behaviors that can happen from time to time. And so we put together a toolkit, and we actually, of course, reached out to NSSA to help with that toolkit. Their behavioral consultants provided supports and strategies for families, and then Nicole Wiedenbaum was able to do a video, and thousands of people have downloaded this toolkit and watched the video, and we know that it's helped so many. And one of the ways that has had tremendous impact is through our Blue Horizons program with JetBlue. So Autism Speaks partners with JetBlue to be able to practice travel training for people with autism and their families. We actually go to a live terminal at JFK, and we go through ticketing and TSA, and we wait at the gate, we get on the plane, and you can only imagine how difficult that can be for some children and adults even with autism. And time again, we heard from those families that without NSSA, they don't think their children would have gotten on a plane, and they're so thrilled when it finally happens.
In a school district, relative to special education, we frequently have to reach out to those who really are experts in certain areas. When I reach out to my colleagues here at NSSA, the first question is, what can we do? How can we do this? And the sky's the limit. Nothing's impossible. The answer is never no. The answer is never, we can't do that. Now we're in a place where we have students from other districts coming to us because of this partnership. Our colleagues here have an incredible level of expertise and professionalism. But to us, the thing that is most critical is their deep understanding of both the children and their families and the commitment. And that's something you don't find everywhere. And that's really what helps us make the magic happen. So we applaud them, we support them, and we thank them.
I first got to know NSSA when my son was struggling in school in 6th grade. He had a really, really rough time in middle school, a lot of suspensions, a lot of behavior issues, and finally NSSA was able to come on board and help us.
Well, I got suspended a lot. I ran away from teachers, and well, it was really hard for me to learn.
They came in and they evaluated John and saw what his strengths and weaknesses were. They helped us at home with certain behaviors, and they helped him gain the tools that he needs to be successful in school.
Well, at NSSA, they taught me, how to be appropriate with my language, follow directions, even made a lot of friends. I really worked hard to be where I am.
Well, he's on the high honor roll now, which was something we never would have expected. He has friends. He has a lot of friends. He is able to initiate relationships and keep relationships. Life at home is just better.
I'm just glad I came here, because without you guys, I would have never met those friends. I would have never been in the middle school I have NSSA, I've learned a lot, and, you know, I hope I can do better in the future.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You changed our lives. You saved us.
Thanks for all you've done for me. I probably never would have been here without you. I probably would have never had a job right now. Met all my good friends, and, well, you get the picture.
So Harry's behaviors have always been challenging, but we don't always have to reach out to NSSA. They'll reach out to us. They'll hear through the grapevine, you know, well, Harry's having a problem here. He's having this kind of behavior that's, you know, really difficult. And, you know, they'll call us. You know, well, we heard about this. Are you okay? What can we do? You know, which is incredible when you consider that, you know, a lot of these times when these things are happening, Harry wasn't actually part of the NSA program.
Harry was in crisis, and the programs we expected to really stand behind us didn't. We couldn't find a placement for Harry. They were trying desperately to find a school-based residential placement, and nobody would take him. I think they put it out to 16 placements. He got rejected from everyone. And my school district then reached out to Nicole at NSSA to say, is there any way you know, we could work in tandem and have Harry graduate early and come into your adult program? Because we were at a loss. There was nowhere.
Yeah.
And Nicole was there. That is what makes NSSA stand alone. They really do reach out to the community. That, you know, we're all here for one another, and, you know, they should be proud of that.
He's turned around so much in just a year.
Yeah.
It's really, really incredible.
And I just feel like he's home. It's where he needs to be. And we're so grateful that he's here.